Hello, everyone. I'm Matt.
I'm Brian, and we're the Retro Sons. You may remember a couple weeks ago we talked about Die Hard being our favorite Christmas movie. But Matt, is Die Hard really appropriate for kids?
No, it isn't.
Is there an option for parents who want to watch Die Hard with their family?
Home Alone. It's a Die Hard for children.
Ah, Home Alone, the classic tale of a kid being left home after acting out with a house full of crazy adults.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy in the beginning. Was there like 16 or 17 people in that house?
Yeah, I think she said 16 or something like that. I don't think they would all be acting that rambunctious, though.
I don't either. Especially like the night before a trip. You think they'd be taking it easy, getting ready for the trip, not running all around.
Yeah, and if there's a cop just standing in the hallway, I think someone would pay attention to him.
Well, they thought it was a cop, but we find out later it's not really.
Yeah, I was gonna work up to that point. But anyway, still, if someone in a cop uniform is standing there, don't you think one person would pay attention?
You would think so, but apparently not.
Yeah. The kids are just giving them guff too. I think they were just raised wrong or something.
Yeah, I don't think kids in the 90s would be acting like that with a cop in the room.
No.
Nowadays, maybe, but...
Yeah. Then we see Kevin, the main character of the movie.
Yeah, his whole family treats him like crap the entire time.
Yeah. And he's just trying to get some help packing his suitcase, and everyone's just shoving him off and treating him like crap.
Yeah, plus he's only 8 years old.
Yeah.
I couldn't pack my own suitcase at 8 years old.
Probably couldn't pack my own suitcase now.
Yeah, probably not.
I never really go anywhere, so it's a moot point. But, it's really no wonder he wishes his family would disappear, the way they treat him.
Then Kevin's wish about having his family disappear kind of comes true when the power gets knocked out due to a storm.
When I was younger, I always thought the Santa head wreath that it zoomed in on was like magically making the storm happen, granting his wish.
I never heard that before.
No?
No.
No, it's just something I thought when I was younger.
Well, anyways, the storm knocks out the power and everyone wakes up late and they're rushing around in the morning, and that's the reason they forget Kevin. There's too much commotion going on. Plus, the neighbor kid kind of plays a part in it too.
Yeah, and the night before they stuck Kevin like up in the attic because he was causing trouble, so
Well, his brother really was, but he kind of got in trouble for it for some reason.
yeah, they kind of missed the whole part where he was pretending to barf up the pizza on Kevin.
Yeah. Anyway, so they forget Kevin home alone, and they're all on the plane once they realize.
Right? And Kevin, when he wakes up and realizes his family's gone, he's scared at first and a little worried, but then he remembers when they're all being mean to him. And so he's excited and he starts doing all the things that they never let him do, like watch the gangster movie.
Yeah, his uncle, what's his name there, wouldn't let him.
Uncle Frank.
Yeah, Uncle Frank. Uncle Frank's a horrible character.
Oh, I hated Uncle Frank. Everything.
And I think everyone hates Uncle Frank. He's kind of funny though, but
Yeah, but
in a jerk kind of way.
yeah, but that's. I wish that gangster movie really existed. That seems like something I'd want to watch.
Yeah, what was it called? Gangsters in Paradise or something?
Angels with Filthy Souls.
That's it.
Yeah.
Where did I get my title from? Is that the second one?
What was it?
Or is
You
that
said
Angels with Filthy Souls too in the second movie?
Gangsters? Yeah, it's Angels with Filthier Souls in the second one. What did you say? Gangsters in Paradise?
Something like that.
Is that the Coolio song? Or
It might be.
yeah, that's where that came from. But anyway, that movie comes to Kevin's aid quite a few times.
Yeah, it does. He uses that over and over.
Yeah, I don't think he could cue it up as expertly as he does.
I don't think he could nowadays with like digital.
No.
But anyways, it was funny.
Yeah. Then, what happens? He orders the pizza. Then we realize that the cop who was in the house earlier gathering information about their security system because they're going on vacation, he was actually a criminal wanting to case the joint.
Yeah, well, not wanting to. He was casing the joint.
Touche. Wanting to rob the place, so he
Yeah.
was casing the joint. So him and his friend Marv, who's a funny character,
Yeah, I like Marv.
yeah, they're going through the whole street because apparently that whole street goes on vacation for Christmas and leaves a...
Yeah, except for the crazy neighbor who Kevin's afraid of. He thinks he's a serial killer or something, a murderer.
Yeah, because there's a rumor going around that Buzz tells him about that he murdered a whole block and moved there. There was no evidence to convict him.
Yeah, not enough evidence. How can you murder a whole block and there's not enough evidence?
Kids are stupid.
Yeah, I guess. Not all of them.
No.
Don't listen to him.
No, that was a direct quote from the movie.
Yeah.
Marv says it. Then it just shows Kevin acclimating to his life and in the beginning he couldn't even pack his suitcase, but now he's doing laundry and going grocery shopping and all that kind of
there's
stuff.
a pretty good character arc with Kevin.
Yeah.
He starts as an inept 8-year-old, and by the end he's taking care of 2 fully grown criminals.
Yep.
Kind of with a little bit of help, but not really.
Yeah, but there's scenes that remind you that he is just a kid, like going into the basement and being scared of the furnace. And
I like when he goes to the grocery store and he's pretending to be an adult.
yeah,
And she's like, "Where are your parents?"
yeah. Then he comes up with a good story
Yeah.
about the whole
On the
thing.
spot, yeah.
Right.
He's a quick thinker.
Yeah, and there's a few times when he's declaring he's not scared anymore, and then he comes to face to face with the neighbor
Yeah.
and screams right in his face. Well, the guy just stares at him creepily.
Yeah, until the end, he just stares at him like a creeper.
He could just say something like, "Hello, I'm not a bad man." It's my best old man Marley impression. I think it's Marley.
I don't know if it's Marley. I don't know what his name is.
We just watched it the other day.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's Marley. I'm sticking with Marley.
Marley's good. Well, anyways, Harry and Marv try to go and rob the place a couple times, and of course Kevin's there, so they think they haven't left yet.
Yeah, he
And he
fools
sets
them.
up a party somehow with a bunch of cutouts and dummies and stuff that they have around the
Mannequins.
house. Yeah.
They have mannequins for some reason.
I don't know how an 8-year-old set that up either.
No, but it was good and it worked.
Then eventually they figure out that Kevin's home alone.
Yeah, he figures out how he's deceiving them, so they plan to go back, and he happens to overhear them because they're just yelling about it
Out in the yard.
right
when he's
outside
in the
his
house.
window. Yeah. So then he comes up with his plan to set booby traps, and
Yeah, and he sets
Wait
it
for
all up in under an hour.
yep. Then
He
he
goes
goes
to church there at 8 o'clock, and they say they're coming at 9. He runs home,
Yeah.
draws up the plan.
to church for some reason. Let's touch on that a little bit more. So he's at church, and he meets Marley, who actually finally talks to him, and
Finds out he's an actual good guy, not the rumors aren't true.
yep, he's got his own little sad story where he had a falling out with his son, and he wants to just see his granddaughter.
Yeah, and he can't talk to her because him and his son aren't talking.
Mm-hmm. And then Kevin kind of comes up with, well, you have to forgive him because it's your family, and it's the same kind of thing he's going through,
Yeah, so it shows more growth on Kevin's part there too.
right? But like I said while we were watching it, I don't understand why he doesn't just ask the man to come home with him. He knows the...
Or the funds are working then, call the police. He knows when the criminals are going to show up.
Yeah,
They're
that's
like,
true.
hey, my house is being robbed.
There's-
And
oh,
have the
no.
police show up at 9.
Yeah, so there's a few things he could do.
Yeah, he has a few options other than like setting booby traps in his house and pretty much destroying it.
But that wouldn't make for a good movie.
No,
So,
and just like in Die Hard, someone ends up without shoes on. It's not the main character, the
no.
main protagonist, but it does happen.
Yeah, now we're to the good part, talking about the booby traps and all the funny stuff that ensues. like you said, I don't think that roof tire would pull his shoes off of his feet.
I don't either, but it was funny.
But it was established earlier that his shoes aren't on there the best.
No.
He sticks it through the dog door and his shoe just falls
His
off.
shoes falls off.
Yeah. Then the whole ice step scenes when they're trying to get in.
Yeah, when ice isn't that slippery, and they could hold on and
No.
get up and down the stairs.
And it probably wouldn't have frozen as fast as it did.
No,
'Cause
probably
he's-
not. It was under an hour.
Yeah. But it still made for a funny scene.
Yeah.
Then, of course, there's the iconic doorknob grabbing scene that you love.
Yeah, I like when he grabs a hand and the M is on his hand.
Yeah, at a different angle than when he grabbed the doorknob at, but
Yeah, but as kids we didn't know.
yeah,
It
right.
made sense then.
Yeah. Then,
Then the blowtorch to the hat.
oh,
And he just stands there and lets it burn his head for like 2 seconds or
Yeah.
3 seconds.
he could have moved any time, and he just stood there and let it happen. Marv getting into the basement and trying to turn on the light,
Yeah, and the crowbar falling on him.
the iron, yeah.
No, the crowbar when he's outside.
Oh,
trying
right.
to get in.
Yeah, that part.
And he falls and makes a funny whoop
Yeah,
noise. I think that's when he's leaving though again.
that is. But then he tries going up the basement steps, and there's, like we said, roofing tar on him, and it pulls his shoes and socks off. And then there's one stair with a nail on it that Kevin set up, and he happens to stand on it perfectly.
Yeah, I don't think most of his traps would have actually worked in real life, but
No, but
they all worked in this movie.
yeah, when you watch a movie, though, you have to suspend your disbelief a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it is made for kids, so.
True.
But it's good for adults too. I love this movie still.
Yeah, and what else? When Marv gets outside, he tries going through a window, and he steps barefoot on all the Christmas decorations, and they shatter. Oh, that would hurt.
Poor Marv.
Yeah. Then he just limps over him again, smashing more with his toes. Oh, I can't even.
That would hurt. That poor guy's feet.
Yep. And then the paint cans.
Yeah, the paint cans in the face.
Yep. And all
Then the tripwire upstairs.
right. Then the tarantula that's been crawling around through the whole movie.
Yeah, that wasn't really one of its traps, but it worked out in his favor.
It did, yeah. We just kind of forgot to mention about it earlier because he's going through Buzz's room.
Yeah.
Tries to get his money off the top shelf so he can go shopping.
Yeah, and he collapses his shelves and breaks everything in his room, and the spider gets free.
Yeah. And when he was going through the chest and he finds the firecrackers, for some reason when I was a kid I was thinking like those food crackers with the peanut butter. Like I never actually saw them, but he said I heard crackers, so my mind just went to that for some reason. Just a few revelations about how my mind worked as a kid while watching movies.
Weird.
Yeah.
I never thought either of those things.
No, of course. You wouldn't. Well, you might have.
I might have known what firecrackers were though as older.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And the firecrackers came in handy too.
not for one of the traps against the
No,
crooks, but
Yeah, I'm just kind of backtracking, so it might be confusing how I'm talking now, but
yeah. Well, anyways, once he's upstairs, he has a zip line outside to the tree house, and Harry and Marv have to crawl across it.
yeah.
Then Kevin cuts it with garden shears or something, which I don't think would have worked.
Yeah, they decide to go out on another obvious trap instead of
Yeah.
going back through the house.
Yeah, they
because
don't
of
want to go
traps.
through the house because they think there's more traps for them.
The traps that they knew about, they could easily avoid.
Yeah. So they climb out across a rope that's like 2 stories up, and he cuts it.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
hedge trimmers,
Hedge trimmers or garden shears or something,
Yeah.
which wouldn't work,
No.
like I said.
right?
But anyways, then he runs to the neighbor's house.
Yeah, and he goes through the basement and he's trying to trap them again, but they outsmart him finally, and they get him cornered. And then the old man Marley comes to his rescue.
Is it Old Man Marley? That doesn't sound right to me, but it might be.
I don't know. We'll look it
remember.
up after, and we'll put the information.
Yeah, we'll put it down below or up
Yeah.
above or across our faces. We'll put it somewhere on the screen.
You'll see that I'm right or not.
Yeah, you
Well,
might be right. If
Anyway,
you're right, then I'm wrong, I guess.
and then the cops finally show up because beforehand,
Kevin called
Kevin
the police.
called
He
them,
actually
yeah.
called the police.
yeah, he gave
Which
him the
he should have
neighbors.
done hours ago.
Right, but I don't think a lot of people made the right decisions in this movie.
No, well, he was an 8-year-old, so we can't really blame him.
No,
But I think he would have come up with something a little bit better than setting booby traps to his whole house.
right. Oh, and while all this is going on, it cuts to scenes of the family in Paris trying to get home to him. The mother's in a mad dash to get back, and she's calling.
Oh
all-
yeah, and
John Candy.
John Candy.
Oh,
I
man.
went with another food name, Kevin Bacon.
Right, one of the
Which is
best
also
parts
good.
of this movie, the polka polka, the Kenosha Kickers.
John Candy's not in this movie much, but it's like
He's a
has some good
highlight.
scenes. Yeah.
Right. So there's that, and she gets on some emergency flight trading
Who's
with
she?
the mom,
Kevin's mother.
Kevin's mother, Catherine O'Hara. She gets on the emergency flight back to the States, ends up in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and gets a ride with John
And we
Candy.
don't even see Michael Scott. Not once.
Not once. And John Candy is trying to get home somewhere too, and he offers her a ride in a budget.
Budget
Truck.
van or
Yeah.
truck, yeah.
So
With his band.
yeah. So then she gets home Christmas morning after all this stuff is done, all the booby trap stuff, and Kevin cleaned up the place somehow. even
Yeah,
though
how
his-
do you clean up that? I don't think he would have been able to. I don't think he would have been able to set it up.
No, it glossed over that part, but the feathers,
Yeah.
that would have been hard to clean up.
Or the tar. The tar would have been impossible to get off the steps.
Yeah. Anyway, she gets home. Then a few minutes later, the rest of the family gets home because they got on a flight that the mother didn't want to wait for.
Yeah, they waited for the Friday morning flight.
Yeah. So then,
But anyways, it wraps up pretty nice with a nice little Christmas bow at the end.
yeah, and it even shows Kevin looks out the window and he sees his neighbor, Marley. I'm sticking with Marley, reconciling with his son and hugging his granddaughter. And Kevin smiles and waves at him, and happens to see. No, wait. It was the night before. He happens to see the wet bandits getting
Yeah, that's the
arrested.
night that they were in the house with him.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, it was right after that.
I don't think the cops would wait till morning to haul him
No, I
away.
don't think so.
I don't know where my mind's at this morning.
Yeah, I don't either.
Oh well.
Anyways,
A bit of a blabbering recount of the movie, but we got there in the end.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I mean, we didn't make it sound that good, but it is a really good family movie.
Yeah. I recommend just watching it for yourself, and there's a sequel to enjoy too. Well, several sequels, but only
Yeah.
one with Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, the second one's good. The third one kind of goes off the rails a little bit, and I think there might even be a fourth one.
I think there is, but I don't know if I've seen it.
I've
I
never
don't
seen that
remember it.
one. Scarlett Johansson is in the third one.
Yeah,
Young, but
yeah, that's
she's
true.
in there.
Right. So anyway, thanks for watching our little ramblings about this movie. Hope you watch it, and if you have seen it before, let us know what you think of it.
Have a great Christmas, holiday, whatever you celebrate, and we'll see you in the future.
Let's talk more about the past.